Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Josh here, aka One Track, aka OneTrackMind, the Mandem Show. Y'all gotta tune in. Hardest show in Toronto. Check it out. Yeah.
100% facts, bro. It's hard to get to that space though, you know, like just as a person, like a lot of us, like I said, like I'm a guy, like bro, like I spend so much money on food. Like anytime some new food comes out, I gotta go there. Or like TV, like I'm heavy on my TV show shit. So like certain TV shows is like, yo, I can't miss when Power comes out. I can't miss. So to be like that, to get your mindset at so young, bro, I'll tell you one thing. Congratulations, bro.
I appreciate it, bro.
You figured it out early, bro. Because me, I was your age. I was fucking bitches, smoking weed. Like, I was trying to fight people for no reason. Just trying to be the toughest guy in the world. There is no way if you told me at 22, yo, you're going to be one of the biggest interviewers in the city. I'm like, yeah, right. That is mad.
I appreciate it, bro. It's not like I'm not doing some stupid shit here and there. Like, I just fucked up my thumb a couple weeks ago in a fight. Like, I'm definitely doing some dumb shit here and there, but
yeah, you're still young. You still gotta live a little bit. You still where did like the whole focus on what you want to do come from? Like, is that from your parents or somebody around you, your brothers? You said that you have.
Yeah, my older brother. Like, I feel like the older brother in hip hop is kind of always a thing. Everyone who works in the music industry always got like an older brother who showed them their shit.
Facts.
Yeah, like my older brother put me on when I was like a kid. Like he's 5-ish years older than me.
Okay.
And like I was like 9 years old listening to his music when he was like 13, 14, and I'm just there like, oh shit, like all of this is fucking fire, you know, put me on to 50, put me on to like that whole like 2000s class of music, so Snoop, 50, all that, you know.
Dipset.
Yeah. Dipset, actually he didn't really put me on to. I met one of Dipset's producers whose name is
Heatmakers or
yeah, I went to Heatmaker's studio, but it wasn't Heatmake. It was oh my god, that's gonna bother me. He got a genius interview that went crazy. He produced for
Not AR Ab.
Nah.
No, not AR. AR.
Was that
I know
A-Rap
music.
A-Rap music.
No, not A-Rap music. Nah.
Grease.
No, it was
not Dame
oh
Grease.
my God.
Who else is Dipset? Fuck.
This is crazy how like, and we're Dipset guys, so we should know.
He produced holy shit, this is gonna piss me off. He produced a Wayne record off of
Can't Feel My Face.
Nah, he produced shit, this is really gonna bother me. Hold on.
No, because I know why it's gonna bother you too, because I see you do your research when you do your fucking videos and shit.
This wasn't even like, it was an interview, but it was like a kind of like a last minute type shit, so I didn't really have time to do research. I just knew like what this guy's work was because his name is so big, but somehow I don't remember it.
Damn. And I don't remember it either. I should know this. I feel like I should know this name.
All right, hold up. Let me just pull up my DMs with my boy real quick.
Okay, so while you do that, let's just intro, because we didn't even intro.
Yeah,
Yo, it's the Mandem Show. Your boy Gutsy.
DJ Las Vegas.
Yeah, man, and we got a special guest all the way from Montreal. For some strange reason, I thought he was from the States, you know what I'm saying? But he's all the way from MTL, Mr. One Track Mind. His close people know him as Josh.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you can fix the mic for yourself.
Yeah,
Yo, man.
You're a content man, so you know how to.
Yeah, I know how to do it a little bit. But my hand is a little bit broken right now, so we'll see what's going on.
Oh, man. Got it?
There we go. Yeah,
all right, so really quick, shout out to our sponsors. You know what I'm saying? Kush Cartel, 25th Dynasty, hooking us up with some great drip. 25th Dynasty dropped us off some care packages for the people them. If you guys can hit them up on Instagram, Kush Cartel, 25th Dynasty, I believe it's 25th Dynasty 1. Hit them up. Also, the Brown Boys Liquor, you know what I'm saying? Keeping us well litty for the weeky. I believe you can get this at all the LCBOs all over Canada, and this soon will be worldwide. Shout out to Brown, Big Bird, Instablam, Blamo, and yeah, man, we're gonna get litty. Any shout outs you got? One track?
I don't really know. I'm feel me like shout out We Here Official, I guess. That's the main Montreal brand that gets me dripped out before all my interviews and shit like that. They didn't really get me up right today because like I'm not in Montreal, feel me? But nah, they definitely they go crazy. So yeah, shout out to We Here Official.
When we come out to MTL, you definitely gotta tap us in.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
My name is Gutsy No Drip because I have no drip, fam. So I definitely gotta tap into these drippy spots in there. Is that important as a content creator? Like you have to look clean, be fresh. Because I look at guys like academics, respect, and like Academics never really had drip like that.
Yeah.
Like now that he got a bag, now he, But I see some of you young steppers in the freaking content creators. You guys be drippy, man.
I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like before I started making content, I was the least like drippy person on the planet. I was wearing like fucking. The first time I went to LA, I was walking everywhere in slides like I was Cole Bennett. That shit was not working, No, that shit did not work. But as I kept working around people that were all wearing like Miri and shit like that, I was like, all right, cool. Like I don't have to copy their style and try to look any type of way, but at the same time, I gotta like develop something that's my own because I was really the slide shit was like from Cole Bennett. And I was like, oh, I don't got to be no try-hard kind of guy. But dude is Cole Bennett, feel me?
Yeah,
like, I couldn't do that at
you
such a small position. Yeah, exactly.
You
so
can definitely get away with it.
Yeah, but now it's kind of like, I mean, I'm not always dripped out 24/7. Definitely not. But I'm getting there. I'm improving.
Yeah. No, I see you doing
it.
your thing,
he has he has a look.
He definitely has his look, man.
He has a look. No Holmes, you know what I'm saying?
So, man, talk to us. Who is Mr. One Track?
I mean, One Track, Josh, OneTrackMind, whatever it is the people choose to call me. I'm just a guy, bro. I've been somebody who's passionate about hip hop since I was like 9, 8 years old. Been doing this for a minute. Got on by trying to work in the music industry before I was really on my content shit. Used to work for Polo G, work with Taylor Gang. Yeah, bro. A lot of it was crazy. It was just really me trying to figure out how I could work in the music industry, and documenting my attempts at working in the music industry somehow got me to make my own position in the industry. So shit started turning up.
Talk the things. And he said, I like how he said that humbly, Polo G, Taylor Gang, like
these guys are not guys out here.
Yeah, like these guys don't have platinum records and hit records and all kinds of crazy stuff. So okay, so take us back now. So you're a music head. You like all this music stuff. Obviously, you said, I don't know if we caught it on camera, but your bro heavily influenced you with this music stuff. Where in music did you want to be? Like, you're obviously content creator now, but did you like, do I want to be a rapper? Do I want to be a DJ, a publicist, a journalist? What was your whole grasp of how to getting into the game and shit like that?
It was weird because like I didn't really know that I wanted to work in the music industry like that. Originally, what happened was in 2016 or 2017 or something, I went to a Joyner Lucas concert.
Jeez.
And dude brought me up on stage. And after that happened, and it was just to do one of his verses. It wasn't to spit any shit like that.
Was it the I'm a nigga track?
The what? The what?
Doesn't he have a I'm a nigga or some shit like that? He says nigga in the racist.
The I'm not racist.
I'm not racist. Sorry, my bad. Yeah.
It was the remix of his song. The remix of Future's Mask Off that he did.
Okay.
But he does say the N-word like hella times. So I was there like, yo, what the fuck? Like, it's a really fast verse. So I'm there like, I'm obviously not about to say that. So I go to Joyner. I'm like, yo, like, what should I say instead of that? Like, you know what I mean?
What did he say?
He was like, say whatever the fuck you want. But I was not going to do that.
Me too. I would have been like, yo, say it, man. I don't give a fuck. Say nigga.
Why would you set? You guys are setting up your fans, fam.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, Lee, you guys are
music,
evil.
right?
Nah, fam. I'm telling him, just say whatever. Just don't say that one, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah, he was just like, say whatever the fuck you want. And I was like, nah, bro, I'm not about to say that. So I tried doing the verse twice. First time I stumbled at the first time he said the N-word. Second time I got past the first one, I said like people or something like that. And then second word comes around, I was like, all right, cool. Like I'm done. I'm tapping out. But no, after that shit happened, I was like viral in the city for like a little bit. So I went to like a CJEP, which is kind of like this thing you do after high school before university. And I go there and I pull up like the day or two after that happens. And I have like strangers like talking about me, looking at me, coming up to me being like, yo, are you that guy? Like, da-da-da-da. I was like, oh, cool. Like, I guess this rapping shit could get me, like, city viral. Let me see what's going on. So me, my old friend, well, not my old friend, like, we're still boys, but we ran a TikTok account together, and he was like, yo, like, let's just do some comedy shit originally. But after that Joyner Lucas shit went up, I was like, all right, cool. Let me try, like, doing a little freestyle. So he walked in on me in the room while I was freestyling and just started throwing me words. That shit did, like, 400,000 views. Yeah, it went crazy. And I'm not a rapper, bro. I never wanted to be a rapper. I was just like, if I could get a bag for doing this, like, why wouldn't I do it? Yeah. So, we did that a few times, like 3, 4, 5 times. And each time, like, 300,000, 70,000, 200,000. Like,
so hold on, you're saying each time you're doing, sorry to cut you, each time you're doing this with Joyner?
No.
Or you're just doing it
So
in general?
Joyner, after I seen, like, how viral, like, my shit with Joyner went in the city, just from me getting on stage and, like, attempting at rapping, I was like, oh, cool. Like, let me run it back on my TikTok alone and see if it works. And I did it. Shit went crazy the first few times. And then my boy was like, oh, yo, this was supposed to be a comedy account. Like, you got to take this somewhere else. I was like, all right, cool.
Really?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Well, his views just weren't hitting on his videos because he was originally like going viral, like super viral every time we ran up the videos. But you know, he was like, "Yo, go do your own thing on a different account." I wasn't like hurt about it at all. I wasn't. Nah.
Your shit's already booming.
Yeah, I was. Well, I mean, that was on a separate account, so I had to start the one track one from 0 followers after that.
But you already thought in your head you already had something that's working though.
Kinda. I never wanted to be a rapper, bro. So I was just doing it, seeing if I could get like product placements in my verses that I was spitting or whatever. But then shit started looking corny. Like when I was around rappers and people in the city like that were hot, no one really like respected it because I'm just like this white kid spitting about whatever words people are throwing towards him, and I don't even want to make music. So people were like, "What the fuck?" But that was kind of like my start in the music industry, you know.
So wait, damn, I had a question. I forgot it.
You want to come back to it? You remember?
It's about TikTok. So you said you started the OneTrackMind right from 0 followers, right?
Yeah.
It took you about how long?
To turn it up?
Yeah.
So OneTrackMind has been a platform that's existed way before that, like content shit of me freestyling or whatever. But it was like a Facebook page and an Instagram page. I was tweaking on Facebook, but that's a separate story. Nah, like so I go over to my One Track account when it's a 0 followers, and I had made a YouTube video called like Pop Smoke is an industry plant. Not Pop Smoke, my bad, not that. I made a YouTube video talking about Virgil Abloh making Pop Smoke's album cover. And it was like ass. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, right?
I remember that one.
So I made a TikTok about it. Shit did like 200 views. Then I made another TikTok that I don't remember what it was. Shit did like another 100 views. And then I made another one, like my third TikTok ever did 1.8 million. And
Fuck.
that shit just went stupid. Yeah, I just took like an idea I seen on YouTube and then like gave it my own sauce, summarized it to 1 minute, and shit went super viral.
You hear that? That's gems, y'all.
Were you promoting this?
What do you mean?
Like you're putting these videos out. Like most people just Instagram and other places. Like you're in school. Are you telling your friends? Are you going to your friends and being like, yo, I got a new TikTok up. You guys should go repost it and tell a friend, or this is just strictly, yo, I'm posting it. I'm just seeing what happens.
Yeah, it was more so like that because I come from a community where like everybody's super judgmental unless you're up. So when I was doing that, I didn't really want anybody to know. Anyone that knew me personally, I didn't want them to know that I was making content because like I didn't want to come off as that person who's like shooting their shot but not making it up. So I was waiting until my shit came up to start telling my friends, yo, like I'm doing this. Originally, OneTrackMind had no face to it. Now I'm doing it like confidently, you know?
That's what I was about to ask you. I remember seeing somewhere down the line, you always had the mask on.
That mask thing is actually recent. That's like,
oh.
So the no face thing was kind of like I used to just be a regular Instagram page that would post like, yo, is this guy fire? Like shit like that, you know what I mean? Super super
blog
basic
page.
shit. Yeah, a blog page, exactly.
Yeah.
I started adding my personality to it when like probably like a few months into making TikToks, and then the first time I showed my face on my profile, people were like, "Oh shit, this is really good content." And then since then, I kind of just kept running it up. But the mask thing is kind of like, shout out Retro Hearts. They just plugged it up, and it was a dope thing. I thought it was fucking cool, so like I started wearing it.
Do you think for bloggers and TikTokers, you guys have her? I wouldn't say you guys, but the younger generation just has an edge being in school and being able to promote better and just having access to, I guess, a bigger market per se. Because like it's the old heads, like we look at so many different things. Yo, we can't be dancing on there. We can't be doing certain things. But you guys, you're young. You guys can have fun. Like,
I mean, I feel like I would look like a goofy dancing on anything. But nah, like I feel like there's not really an upper hand to it because with social, like the way the social media landscape is changing right now, basically like it used to be like you post, if you have a following, you can, you know, have that following organically spread your platform size by word of mouth. The only thing that was like really, you know, contributing to your growth on social media was like the YouTube algorithm that would hit like 5% of the time. It wasn't crazy like that. But now like TikTok Reels, YouTube Shorts, even like a platform like Be Real, I think is headed in that direction as well. Like
Be Real, I don't even know about Be Real.
That's like a new one. I'm not even on that. I just know about it. You know what I mean? I'm not on it at all. But I feel like they're changing the landscape where now it's like you don't have to already have a following in order to get a following, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so I feel like you don't really need to have that in person, like, oh, I'm going to school or oh, I'm going to work or whatever it is, and putting them onto it so that they can spread your platform's name. Like, social media does that for you, you know?
Yeah.
I remember my question now, so it wasn't that question that I actually asked you. So music business, because right now it seems like, help us with his mic. It seems like,
What do you want it down? Or?
A little bit higher. Perfect. Yeah, that's good.
yeah. So it
There you
seems like, did you twist it? Other way. Yeah.
Yeah, my bad, my hand. Just
No,
can't really
hey,
twist
man,
that, you know?
I see you struggling, but I don't want to reach over. You know what I'm saying? Theater, you don't reach over. Anyways, yeah. So, music business. It seems like you fell in love with music with your older brother or whatever, but then for some reason you transitioned into just figuring out the music business and marketing aspect of that. Was that something that you wanted to be involved with, or did it just fall on your lap to say like, hey, well, fuck, I'm doing it, might as well continue?
So it's weird. Like, I kind of like, so I started off, I was a computer science student when I was in CJEP, right?
Jeez.
And when I was studying that, I hated it. And I would come home from school and really just try to like figure out a way to work in this music shit in some capacity. And I seen this one post by a producer named, like, I think his name was Kato, but I could be wrong. And he posted something being like, yo, like, the best way to network in the music industry is to offer value to other people. And I was like,
Common
right? I feel like that's the
trend.
move, right?
Right?
Common trend. Yeah, go ahead.
So I seen that and I was like, all right, cool. Well, I don't really have the skill sets to offer people anything of value, so let me learn those skill sets. And I started learning the back end of the music business so that I would have the skill sets required in order to like actually provide value to these guys, if that makes sense.
Oh, yes.
So, you know, I started learning that, and I wasn't like a master of it by any means, but like as I kept networking and growing, I kind of understood the concept of, you know, figuring out how to offer people value to the point where they could return the favor eventually down the line. So, you know, once my platform started growing, I realized I was followed by mostly artists and creatives and producers and engineers. Like, I don't have, my average follower or supporter or whatever isn't somebody who says, oh shit, like, I like the way that you covered Juice WRLD's blow up story, but I have nothing to do with anything creative. You know what I mean? I just like the content. My average follower isn't that person. My average follower is, oh shit, I like the way he covered the Juice WRLD blow up. I hope he covers my blow up when I blow up. So, yeah. So I was like, oh, let me market directly to my audience and give them something of value, and then they'll ride even harder for me. And my value to them is teaching them how to offer value to others. If that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
Yo, one track with the gems. I hope
Yo, listen, y'all need to go to school. You heard me? Like, if it wasn't for school, I don't think his brain would be like, but hey.
But is it? Because no. Shout out Shaq, because Shaq Dees was here a couple of weeks ago,
Yes,
and
he
he
was.
said school never really,
Worked
school
for
was
him.
slowing him down. So
Worked,
what would
yeah.
you say to that? Like, did school more help you with that kind of mentality that you're having and learning these things? Or was it just your drive of just, yo, applying yourself and just saying, yo, this is something I want to do. Let me learn what to do and how to do it.
I feel like it was a 50-50 split, because I feel like high school taught me, you know, a lot of the shit that I'm able to do now. I think beyond high school, the education wasn't there, but I think that when I was studying computer science, and this is going to be the opposite of what, you know, school's benefit is, but I think I hated it so much that I really grinded extra hard to make that not have to be my reality. You know what I mean?
You know, that's real
Yeah,
shit.
that's real, yeah.
Something I wanted to ask you, because I'm pretty sure you see what goes on in the city when it comes to these artists not promoting themselves, not marketing themselves right. What do you feel like, from your point of view, Toronto artists are missing? Is it like more the promoting aspect, the marketing, or both?
The look, like, what is it?
I feel like in Toronto, what they need to do is not focus on Toronto, if that makes sense, because the ones who are going up the most are the ones who are using the internet, not even necessarily branding themselves as Toronto artists until they make it, and then they could put on for the city and be like, oh, by the way, I'm from Toronto. So, like, some of the artists that I think really have potential to, like, really be like this, like, not to diss on any Toronto artists, like, a lot of these Toronto guys are going crazy. They're fucking fire. I love their music personally, but not to diss on them, but like, they stay Toronto rappers. The ones who I think have the potential to go up and then come back and be like, by the way, I'm from Toronto. Realist Kid goes crazy and he used TikTok to get there. Dom Valley used TikTok to get there. 347 Aiden used TikTok to get there. A lot of these kids, or not even kids, guys, like, they use TikTok to turn up, and then they're like, oh, by the way, I'm from Toronto. That's the way I think people should be doing it. It's more of a branding thing, because, like, if you're from Toronto or even anywhere in Canada, you can kind of tell when an artist is from Toronto based on their voice, like 90% of the time. Dom Valley, 347, Aiden, and Realist K are the exceptions to that rule. But if you put on like, you know, Pressa record, obviously I'm gonna know he's from Toronto just by the way he sounds. You know what I mean?
But at first, did you know that though?
Like Pressa in him?
Yeah.
Like, what was your first song you heard by Pressa?
Probably Canada Goose.
So, Canada Goose.
Yeah. Nah, but like if we gave like a Northside Benji or something like that, you know what I mean? Like when I heard Northside Benji for the first time, I think I heard like Click Hot for the first time or something like that. Yeah, off rip, I knew like it's kind of like I love his music. He's my favorite Canadian artist ever, like more than Drake. I love Northside Benji, but you know, you could kind of tell because when you hear like these like meme like Toronto man accents, it comes through in the music. You know?
Yeah. You hear it because it's true, because you're hearing it in Montreal too. It's not like these guys are coming down there too, right? So you'll hear it. No, that's true. That's true. Still, so Benji's your guy, right?
I mean, I don't know him, but I fuck with his music heavy.
Musically, Benji's your guy.
Yeah, I fuck with Benji super heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think he drops enough, or he needs to drop more?
He needs to drop more, but I understand like
the tactic.
It's smart what he's doing. Just he needs to start bridging. Like, dude conquered the UK, conquered Canada. Dude has to break into the US market, and I know like the legal stuff to like get over the border and stuff. When you're in that kind of position, it might be difficult. I don't really know Benji's situation, so I'm not gonna speak on it. But like, it's something that he needs to break into because his music is actually far better than the average American artist.
What about it? Do you see him on TikTok and stuff a lot like that? Like, would you advise him to jump on there and like maybe that would help him?
100,000%. Any Toronto artist that has a fan base in Toronto, like artists who already have a fan base separate of TikTok need to get on TikTok because the more comments you drive to your videos, the more viral you're gonna go and reach a new audience. Like I seen, y'all know Slim Dinero?
Yeah.
So I seen a video of him go viral yesterday of some kid recognizing him, being like, yo, this made my day. Like, we're in Nova Scotia and I see Slim Dinero walking down the street. And like that shit had like 10,000 likes. And Slim Dinero is not like he's a big artist with respect to the city, but like if you look on a global scale, he's not like a huge artist, right? But he's able to pull 10,000 likes on TikTok because the people who know Slim Dinero are engaging with that video off rip. And then other people are like, oh, this is an entertaining video, even though I don't know who this guy is. This is an entertaining video, and now he's on their radar. So if you already have an existing fan base and you can get that initial engagement to push your video further, get on TikTok. You're doing something wrong.
Does that translate to any other business? The TikTok formula with artists, does it translate to content creators? Does it translate to maybe people that draw pictures or fucking
1,000%.
products that, yeah?
1,000. Like if I was a 200,000 subscriber YouTuber, like I would get on TikTok because then I'd have people in my TikTok comments being like, yo, it's one track from YouTube. Like that's just the way to go because it just drives more engagement.
Damn, bro.
That's what I would say.
I don't even want to post on Instagram no more, bro. Instagram, there's too many guidelines and this and that and the third. They
TikTok
be changing
has guidelines
it up.
too, bro.
Yeah, but
Yo, bro,
at least
I'm posting original content that we have and they're blocking out our sound. And I don't even understand that. There's not even no music behind it.
Listen, I don't know. TikTok has been good with me. Okay, TikTok, you've been good with us. You've been good with me. I'm fine with you. You never shut down my page. They never blocked me for anything. So I'm good with TikTok for now. Just say.
Hey, man.
Is there any other artist that you feel from Toronto that's like right there on the cusp of gaining to that superstar level? Like we already know Benji most likely, like he's right there. But is there any other guys, maybe some of the people you've seen at Rolling Loud, which hopefully we can get into, like, or anybody that you're just like, yo, if he did this or if he puts out another record or something, he might just really get over.
Kofi is like the number one pick for that, for
That's
sure.
the guy, man.
Kofi is the number one pick for that. Bro has like the Toronto fan base established, but he also like okay, I think a thing that holds a lot of the people in the city back that a lot of people are kind of they steer away from talking about is like the street shit. Kofi is not involved in that, he can go up. Like he has the music to go up and has mass appeal beyond the scale of Toronto, but he also collaborates with guys like Doovie and shit like that to make bangers for Toronto as well. So I feel like he's doing his thing.
And he can cross. He can cross the border. He used to go to UCLA. I interviewed him still. He's super dope dude.
Super cool guy. Like we're on the same team. Like he signed so I got Kai and Shaq as my managers and he's Kai's client. So like we're part of the same camp. We're shooting a video in a couple days. He's cool as fuck.
Yeah, hail him up for me, man. Kofi's the guy. Is there anybody else? And it's funny that you said that. No, let's think on that really quick because you said the most important thing. They're not in the names that you've named. None of these guys are street guys. So they're able to branch off and do so much more.
And still do songs with the street niggas. And that's what will bring that element, like that will bring that fan base to said artist, right? Because you don't necessarily need to be in the streets, but if you do a record with, you know, a Doovie or a Pressa, like that's gonna get you their fan base.
But too, look what he said too. That's important too. But what I'm getting to is how we look at it is like people like Burner Bands, the Doovies, the guys that are getting played are reposted from the blogs. These are some of the people that I guess per se the small subset of Toronto think like, yo, these guys are winning. These guys are the next up. But he just said some names that if you said that to an average Toronto man, they'd be like, who? Like, that's what's really important is the street shit. Like, if you're going to be a street artist, we talked about this with?
That's my boy, yeah.
Okay, so behind the scenes, I guess we could put it on public. I don't give a shit. Like, Mula and Burner Bands, who are you going to really take if you're...
Let's ask him.
Yeah, if you're a label head, executive, you have Burner Bands and you have Mula first. Who are you going to take and be like, yeah, I'll work with you?
Who are you signing?
Who are you signing?
Just because I don't know, and this is not to diss, I do not know Mula First music at all. At all. I seen his name because of the whole Rolling Loud shit.
Yeah.
But I really, that was the first time I think I ever heard of him. I've never heard of him before that. I would personally take Burna, but Burna also has all these label affiliations. Like OGZ fucks with him heavy. He's opening for Shot EK in a couple days. Like he has like real industry affiliations. Like a lot of people OD fuck with him, and like also Pressa puts on for him.
But do you think that the street shit would
hinder
it or scare people away?
I think it could. I think when it comes to like the Wasses, it's like kind of like since Pressa was able to get signed to Sony Canada and then kind of like upstream and go to the States and all that, people might see it as something that you could replicate. I see it being...
I wasn't even thinking like, I like the way you... Sorry to cut you, man. I like the way you think, bro.
You have a good brain.
Yes, bro.
Appreciate
Sorry
it.
to cut you. Sorry to cut you. You ain't done. Let me finish this point.
No, I feel like they could look at Burna, or they could look at Mundog, or you know, J Neat or YG or whatever, anyone who's part of that whole scene, and be like, shit, well, dude clearly knows what he's doing. The only difference is that Pressa, I don't know how, but he's green to go to the States and back and forth and whatever. I don't know how. I don't know how, but...
Man. What do you mean? Like, the man got his shit together.
Kid, I don't know how. I don't know how either, bro.
He got his shit together, bro.
He got the Drake stimulus.
That's
exactly what it is, bro. It has to be.
We were confused too. When I see them on tour with Drake, I'm like, huh, nigga? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, take me too, Jizzy.
That was my first viral video talking about that Pressa shit with how he brought how Drake brought him on tour. Yeah.
You get any backlash like talking about any street shit before?
Nah, cause I don't get into like the street politics. Like I'll say what they get charged with, and I'll say that they beat their case, and then nobody gets mad at when I say, hey, they beat their case, you know?
You won't make any like real outlandish stuff like Poetic Flocko and those guys would be like,
no, I'm not on that at all. I'm not really trying to like
incriminate anybody.
Not incriminate. I'm not trying to push any street beef more than it already is. Like my stance is just stay there, you know?
Facts, just stay there. Bro, I wish I was thinking like you at that age, bro. I was just...
And he's 22, right? 23, 22?
I'm 22. I just turned 20. Not just turned, but I turned 22 a couple months ago.
August?
July.
July what?
19th.
Cancer.
Cancer. Shout out my dog, Next. His birthday's on July 19th. Mine's on July 22. You know cancers run the world, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
I'm just letting y'all know.
No, that's a fact.
We the smartest motherfuckers in
bro,
the planet.
Beyonce, Warren Buffett. Come on, let me not bring out the Virgo bag on you guys, eh? Let's not do that.
A lot of people do not like Virgos, only Ludacris.
Facts.
Let's keep it real.
Because I don't even like Nas. Like,
you say you don't like Nas?
Nah, fam, I'm not
crazy.
a fan.
I love Nas. Nas my favorite
Nas
rapper.
a goat.
Nah, Jay. He went at Jay, so forever.
I mean, yeah, I guess. That
I'll
makes sense.
forever not like that guy for that.
Yo, hold on. Whoa, so we gonna ask something?
I just wanted to see the Montreal scene. Like,
okay, wait. Before we get into that, I want you to take a listen to this.
Shout out Oak Cliff, I'm about to fly to Dallas. Decade from now, I might just buy the Mavericks. What up, Mark Cuban? I am only part human, half man, half amazing. Plus, I'm good at math like I'm Asian. Hate to use stereotypes, but that's light compared to what a nigga get from Caucasians. When the payback with a Maybach, I'ma lay back on the low. For the meantime, let me fuck once till I say.
Where is this kid, Aaron May?
Till I stay back.
Who is this kid, Aaron May?
Aaron May?
Yeah, who is this guy?
I thought that was J. Cole the whole time.
That was J. Cole, the first artist.
Oh.
Yeah, the first one was J. Cole.
So who is this guy?
Aaron May is a dude I found on YouTube, like, shit. This is an old video. This is like 2 years old.
Yeah.
Aaron
it's your
May,
first one on YouTube.
Yeah. Like, that was before I wanted to show my face, right?
Yeah.
And before I knew how to edit, clearly.
Yeah.
But nah, Aaron May, I found him, I don't even remember how. You know what? I didn't find him on YouTube. I can't take credit for finding him on my own. This guy who I didn't know any, like, he's from that same community I was telling you about that's like super judgmental about people doing whatever. And he was one of the only ones who I wasn't really friends with that knew what I was doing. And he came up to me one day, and we're not friends, like we're like acquaintances, like we know each other. He came up to me, he's like, yo, like you gotta check out this dude Aaron May. I'm like, all right, like you know what, fuck it, I'll check him out. I listened to his album, I think it's called Chase. It is insane, like one of the best albums I've heard from an underground artist like ever, like in my top like 5 underground albums of all time. After I heard that, I was like, I gotta do something for him. So I put him on that.
So it's basically sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying, what is he doing right now?
So, do you know?
I wish I could tell. I never even connected with the guy. Like, I just fucked with his shit when I was super small. Showed him a lot of love when I was super small. And I tried continuously doing it as I got bigger. But as I got bigger, labels started paying me to promote their stuff, so I don't really necessarily have the time to do it. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
From Chicago.
So basically, you're not talking in this video, clearly, right?
No, I don't talk that.
So you just pretty much said, if you like this, then you'll love.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it gonna change to love? If you like, is it gonna go to then you'll love or not?
I don't even remember, bro. I can't lie.
This is a certain type of video. I forgot what they named it.
Okay. So yeah, he's gonna get into that. If you love these guys, then you're gonna love. So who is this?
This is my artist now. This is his old name, Rude Boy Zuli. Now he goes by Zuli. I manage him right now.
Shout out man like Zuli. What's the name of these type of YouTube videos? They have a certain type of name of it.
Yeah, it's kind of like in this branch. Like there's creators like Lua and Intensify Charts. Shout out Intensify, by the way. That's my brother. Who make these kinds of videos that actually hit. Like I tried being one of those originally. They're like faceless promotional videos, I guess, you know?
Yes.
This whole like niche is really, really dope, and I wanted to be part of it originally, but I kind of realized that if I go into that lane, like I'll also never be able to do like the shit that I necessarily want to do, because like now I'm walking into, you know, concerts and shit like that, and the artist comes up to me being like, yo, I fuck with your shit. Like they wouldn't be able to do that if I was just posting this all the time.
Facts.
That's
Do you have a team now? Like, are you trying to build a team because you're doing so much? You said that like you have labels messaging you and telling you to do stuff. You're getting invited to like Rolling Loud and all these other things, events. Are you thinking like, yo, I might have to start having a team, a cameraman here, maybe getting another person on the squad with me?
So I got a team. I kind of build it out wherever, depending on where I'm at and if my people can move with me. So my videographer, Pop Visuals, super dope, super talented videographer. He moves with me almost everywhere I go, up until when COVID hit, because he is unvaxxed and didn't pop out to the States with me until that shit was lifted. So now he's probably gonna come out with me again. But until like while that was like a thing, I went to LA and Chicago and shit like that, and he couldn't come with me. So that I didn't really have him moving with me, which is why some of my videos, even though they're fucking cool and I'm shooting them with like huge artists, they're really low quality because I'm shooting them off a phone and I don't have a videographer moving with me. But I bring him out whenever I can. I got Shaq, obviously, who's, you know, managing me. Kai, also same thing. And then Shaq's and Kai's people like A4 and Sanjay, like they go crazy. They're putting on a lot for me. But that's pretty much my team. Like I keep my circle relatively small. You know, I got like non-paperwork relationships with agencies that send me offers and stuff like that. But I'm not really on paperwork with anyone other than Shaq and Kai. Like those are the only people I'm on paperwork with.
That's dope.
So how long before you started getting all these bags to your lab? Like it seems like your email pops up. Hey, we got 10,000 for you. Hey, we got 50. Hey, we got 1,000. Like when did that start happening?
Not even gonna lie, like a few months ago. Like really hasn't been that long that I've been like 7 months ago maybe. Like it really, before that I was broke as hell. Like it was not working.
Jeez, man.
I kind of want to pocket watch and ask you how much the label's giving you. Like, what's the biggest bag you've gotten?
The biggest bag I've gotten?
From a label.
From a label, yeah. Estimate.
Damn, like in one shot or like total?
One shot.
Let's do one shot, yeah, because we don't want people really like total, nigga. Where Joshy at?
Probably like, I don't know, like 7-8 bands.
Fuck, are you crazy? Stop this. Wait,
That's
7-8
nice.
bands for reviewing their shit? For reviewing
Like
their
doing like big
promoting.
promos. So like they'll be like, yo, like post it on TikTok, YouTube, Shorts, Reels, go live and push the video even more. You know, come and interview the art, like a whole package. You know what I mean? Like it's not just a one-off.
Okay.
It's kind of what Academics does. If you ever see Academics, there's type like when Ack started promoting the Toronto guys heavy, and all the time you started seeing like top 5. Like every stream before he would start, you'd hear top 5. Yo, the GGs. Five is giving him a bag for that, bro. Like, he's not just doing that out of the heart. Like, yo, like, I like Five. He does like Five. But, like, you gotta, yo, give me a little bag in every beginning of every stream. You get a couple of people in here, and I'll run your song. Or, yo, this is wicked. I'll pull it back. And
was there ever a time where the label wasn't satisfied with the work you put out?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, because that's, like, one of the bigger ones, right? Like, normally I'm getting paid, like, for a one-off video that I just got to post on TikTok. It's, like, $350 to $500, depending on the label.
Yeah.
So, like, I've had, like, times where I submit before I'm allowed to post, and they'll be like, yo, like I literally just got one back today that I submitted and I wasn't allowed to post it, and they wanted me to make some changes. Like, I got some shit here and there. I did one for Lil TJ like a couple weeks ago that they were, like, I compared him to 50 and they didn't really like the way that I framed it.
well, that's what the nigga's trying to do.
That's what I'm saying.
Ever since he got shot, he's be like, yo, many man and da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, that's what
like,
I'm saying. So they didn't like the fact that I included men. I posted like I didn't post it. I put in like a clip of his Many Men, and I wanted to, like, in my TikTok videos, I'm very calculated about what people are going to comment. Like, I try to get people to comment certain things so that it can go up more. So I said something like, yeah, Lil TJ has arguably one of the best remixes of Many Men, because I know that there's, like, a Polo G version. I know that there's a Pop Smoke version. I know hella artists have done Many Men remixes. So I was like, cool, if I say that, there's going to be some people out there that disagree with me. They're going to comment, no, Pop Smoke does, no, Polo G does, no, woo. And if they do that, my algorithm's getting fed and it's going up even more. And I was calculated about it, but the label didn't like it. So I was like, all right, fuck it. Like, I'll take it out.
Talk to me about that, because just like you said, the algorithm and how the algorithm works, right? So you're calculated when you go into some of these things and having like, yo, okay, if I say this, it's going to start some, not no beef, but it's going to start a conversation. Maybe a bad one, but at least it's starting a conversation.
Yeah, like, I'm always calculated with that. I try to, like, before I was, like, they just removed a feature on TikTok where you could pin a comment. They just removed that. I don't know why.
Yeah, I was trying to do that one day, and I'm like, where the fuck is the pin at?
Yeah, I thought it was just my shit tweaking. No, like, they just removed it. I don't know why. But I used to, like, pin comments that were controversial so that I'd get all these replies to it. So, like, I did a video about, like, I think it was, like, DMV rappers, and I was like, who do you guys prefer, like, Young Chris or Young Manny? And the comments went crazy. Like, it was a promo for Young Manny, that video, and the comments were going fucking crazy, just replying to that, being like, nah, Chris, nah, Manny, nah, Cash Dami's in the mix, like, all these people. And I was like, all right, cool, like, I'm just gonna keep doing the pin comment shit. But when they took that feature off, I was like, all right, cool, now I gotta say it explicitly. So I gotta say some shit that's gonna upset some people so that they can comment and be like, hey, that shit really upset me, you know?
Do you think that all Toronto bloggers should kind of, like, not per se, but they should do it, because it's like, this is how you're really gonna get your shit bubbling. Like,
yeah, I think Toronto bloggers should look beyond the scope of Toronto. I don't think that there's anybody separate of Six Buzz, because their branding is so, like, Toronto and Canada. There's nobody that should be like, yo, like, I'm just a Toronto blogger. No one should look and be like, yeah, like, I'm just trying to be popping in the city. You know what I mean? Like, you should cover shit outside the city so that you can drive more traction to the city with an audience that's worldwide when you're promoting shit from the city, you know?
That's facts.
You're fucking, anyways.
What
You're honestly a marketing genius, but go ahead.
Did you read about that?
Yeah,
with the algorithm
learn
thing?
all this shit from?
Oh, yeah. So I used to study. So I worked at a label called Alamo Records back in, like, December 2021 or something like that.
I heard of Alamo thing.
Yeah, they had, like, Dirk signed. They had Wi-Fi's Funeral. They just signed Didi Osama. They got, like, a lineup for sure. So I used to work for them, or intern for them. I wasn't even working. Like, a year and a half, 2 years ago. And when I was working there, they had me on the A&R side, and I was really trying to, like, get my foot in the door on the marketing shit so that I could push my own shit in there, even though I only had, like, 30,000 followers at the time. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, what could I do to prove myself in the marketing space? Studied the fuck out of the TikTok algorithm and went a little crazy with that. So once I studied that, I was a little bit better at figuring out how I could kind of put myself in these meetings that would lead to something bigger. So, you know, I ran marketing for a few people at Alamo. I ran marketing for Flip De Niro. I ran marketing for a lot of the artists at Taylor Gang, shit like that, you know?
Okay. Yo, this kid. I'm so, I don't know, bro. I'm so happy that we have somebody from Canada that's doing this. There's obviously more people, but I'm just happy that, yo, you're one of them from Canada that's really putting on, bro. That's
I appreciate
crazy.
it.
I'm happy that I'm actually learning something today. Like,
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna sit with all my content, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start messing up this shit. Because we do have a piece of content that we have an interview dropping tonight. That he has some really crazy content to post out. So, like, now I know the things to say. Now I kind of understand the things to type and to trigger the algorithm. And I'm actually going to start using TikTok to my advantage. And I'm still going to use Instagram and YouTube because they do help with the look. But you know what I'm saying? As we're building this thing here, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad that, you know, Shaq hooked us up with you so we could, like, learn, fam. And a lot of people need to see this shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially the content creators out here. Especially our peers, our podcast peers and our YouTube creator. They need this.
No, that's 100%.
I'm saying?
Yo, what's the scene in Montreal like right now?
Bro, I got to put you on. So, first off, we got to talk about my artist because I'm about to make him tweak. Like, any connection I have is his connection. So, I'm really going to lay him up, like, and make him the biggest thing ever.
You got to throw him over here. We need to
bring him
interview
He was just out here. He left here yesterday.
Shit.
Yeah, he was about to do a show, but that shit kind of just fell through. But he did a show here back in August. He's doing my show on November 11th, opening for DC the Don. He's doing a good amount of work.
Where's your show? Your show's going to be in Montreal?
Yeah, my show's about to be in Montreal.
Where is that? When?
November 11th.
Is that a
So
Saturday?
Promote it right now, actually.
Friday, November 11th, First Track Fest. We got DC the Don headlining, then 2 Toronto artists co-headlining / being the biggest openers on it. So Dom Valley and Kato Zai.
Jeez.
Unannounced as of right now, but I'm gonna fucking say it and announce it. We got Mike Shab, who I need to talk about from the Montreal scene as well.
Ooh.
Pape or Pedro, formerly known as Pape. Zuli and Killzora. Y'all pull up. That shit's gonna be a movie.
And what is it called again?
First Track Fest.
First Track Fest.
Yeah, I collabed with like these guys from Toronto who ran something called First Class Fest, and we were like, all right, one track, first class, boom, you know, First Track Fest.
I like it.
That's dope.
Yeah, that shit's turning up for sure, and those guys, like, they do a great job. So, you know, if they got events coming in Toronto, y'all go pull up to those too.
No, I know. I'm already gonna congratulate you because
Appreciate
I know
it.
that you're gonna like the fact that you're even able to do something like that. That's huge. But I know you guys are gonna kill it.
I'm working, bro. I'm trying to make it happen for sure.
Nah, keep doing it. So yeah, your artist really quick now.
Yeah,
And-
my artist, he's super talented. I actually knew him personally before I knew he was the one making the music he was. Like, I heard his music from a mutual friend, but I didn't know it was his music, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So when I heard it, I was like, oh shit, this is gas. Like, you know, I'm gonna keep listening. And then I started doing my thing on TikTok, and he's also part of that community of people that just talk a lot of shit until you're up. So when I was doing my thing and I wasn't established, he was like one of the only people being like, bro, he's actually gonna go far as fuck. Like, don't be ripping on him and shit like that. And we weren't even friends at the time. We were just like, you know, we knew each other, but we weren't friends. But he was just, you know, backing me, and I knew his music was hard. So before my shit really took off, I told him, like, yo, let me manage you when my semester in computer science is done, because I really want to turn you up once I'm able to turn myself up. He's like, all right, cool. So now, you know, he's working. He's got cosigns from, like, some of the biggest artists. He got cosigns from 2K Baby, Uno the Activist,
Jeez.
I Love McConan. Fucking, yeah, he got a lot of them, bro.
Holy, I Love McConaughey still out there?
Yeah, he's out there, bro. He's working. He just dropped a song with Youngboy.
NBA young boy?
Yes, bro. NBA Youngboy.
What?
Yeah. I Love McConan's going up.
Wow. Wow.
On a 2020 Tuesday.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's dope. We need to tap into Montreal, man.
There's some shit out there for sure.
They were, well, I'm kind of tapped in. I don't know their name because I'm bad with the Montreal, but like all those gang guys, those hood guys.
Oh,
like
you
my
talking about
brother-
like K Goon or K Bands?
I've interviewed K Goon.
That's my dog.
and-
That's my
Yeah,
big brother.
Yeah,
K-
he's
Goon.
he's fucking
Yeah.
dope, man.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
there's
K Goon's-
another
K
guy,
Goon's
man.
a
I
guy.
forgot his name, man.
He's like a hood man's.
Yeah, it's Real Perry. I can't remember, but they're all like, it's the guys that are beefing. I don't want to say, I don't want to get in
I don't
trouble,
even know
but
who's beefing. I can't even.
but they're
lie.
like two sides or whatever. But
Yeah.
like the people them tap me into them too, and like I even watched the video where I seen one guy in the video and he had a bunch of guns in the video. I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on in Montreal, fam? Like this shit is wild, bro.
There's some
But
shit, bro.
yeah, bro,
There's definitely some shit.
it's wild out there. But what about the gal them? Are the gal them on you?
I mean, I got a girl, bro. I can't really talk about it.
Yes. How long you and your girl been together?
Not even that long, but I just, you know, out of respect for her, I'm not really trying to speak on any, you know, shit that's going on out in Montreal.
No, for sure. But like your relationship with her now, like did she meet you, or did you guys know each other before?
No.
Or you just met her
I met
while
her this
on your
past
come up?
summer. Like, yeah, I guess during my come up, I took a month and a half off this past summer. I went on a little trip. Met her while I was on the trip. Turns out she was also from Montreal.
Wow.
You know, she lives in Montreal. She lives like 5 minutes away from the crib that I just got.
You sure that's not a setup thing, fam? You said she wasn't just preying you and just like, yeah, I know this. He's going there. Okay, ladies, we need to go there same time. We need to get Joshy. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. It's straight. Like, nah, it was cool. You know, I met her real quick. Shit was pretty smooth after that. You know.
That's dope.
Yeah,
During-
that's dope.
So during your come up, like before her.
Uh-huh.
Was it hard, like, talking to girls or just getting interested? Because, like, obviously, you're a freaking popular guy. You know, you're doing shit. You might think that some of these girls just want you for the clout.
Okay. So before I really had shit going on, I really, not that I didn't know how to talk to girls, but I definitely wasn't with it the way I am now. You know? Feel me? Like when you're around rappers.
Suave, yeah, you learn the one.
Yeah, you learn it, exactly. When you're around rappers, you kind of figure it out because they could say whatever, bro, and they just get it.
Yeah.
So I kind of wasn't as well versed in it as I was before. I was still doing my thing, but like not going crazy. Mm-hmm. And then, bro, like I think it was like when I started working for Taylor Gang, I was like, bro, I have the easiest fucking line in the yo, what's up? I work for Wiz Khalifa. Like so easy, you know?
You want some Khalifa Kush?
Yeah. I know I said I don't smoke, but they brought that shit around one time. That shit goes crazy. I can't lie. Yeah, that shit goes crazy.
You were in there that time with homie?
No.
Oh.
Well, I heard about it though.
Yeah, he smoked one with the captain.
Yeah, so Taylor Gang, man, like, is Burner a part of Taylor Gang?
Yes, he is.
I think he was. Yeah, I think they just recently went their separate ways, but I'm pretty sure it's all love between everybody.
Yeah. They're cool.
Taylor
They're
Gang
cool.
Anymore.
Okay, but you were around when Burner was around? Or
Yeah. I wasn't working with Burner at all, but
Okay.
I was around while he was on the roster for sure.
Juicy J, all those guys?
Yeah,
you seen all them?
I've never seen Juicy J. I've been around Chevy.
Okay.
Wiz Khalifa just followed me on TikTok the other week, like a couple weeks ago.
It's like, I know that kid. He used to work for me. Follow, right?
You said what?
He said, let me give him a follow. I remember his face.
Yeah, Wiz, I never really been around Wiz in person like that.
Okay.
But, you know, Chevy, I interviewed him not long ago. Fed the God, who's signed to Wiz, that's my dog, like, super cool guy. Like, I fuck with him super heavy.
Is the girl still on there?
Which girl?
They had a girl on there, Monroe or something like that.
Lola
Monroe. Yeah,
That's
that
before
was
his time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I
Way
worked with
before
her.
his time.
I don't think I worked with her.
That was Taylor Alterdice time.
Yeah, Older Dice. Yeah.
What about Juicy J?
He's still on there. I never worked with him though.
I
was never around Juicy J. I was around Ty Dolla $ign, but not for Taylor Gang shit. Like I've been around him though.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Like,
would you interview him?
I've never interviewed him, but I would if I had the opportunity for sure.
He's dope.
Yeah, he's
Goated.
super hard. I fuck with Ty Dolla $ign super heavy. They got, who else they got? Skate. I was working on his stuff for a little while. He had a huge song back in like 2007, like in the pop punk lane. I didn't realize that he had a huge song. I kind of was working with him and then found out afterwards that he did.
Wow.
But nah, he's cool. Young Deji, he like made the whoa, like that, like, well, you know.
Oh, whoa.
That shit. He's cool as well. I was working more on like the development artist side because you don't really need like, you know, I was working a little bit with TM88, the producer.
Yeah.
But these like more established guys like Wiz, Juicy, you know, they don't need to get on TikTok and do whatever. Like it's the other ones that are developing that do. So I was helping more on that end, you know.
Okay. So, and you said Polo G and them. I know you can't get into details because I saw your thing
video
about it. But like, what can you say now? Now that you're not with them anymore, right?
So I was with Polo right before Pop Out came out. Like it was like right before Polo was on.
Right before?
Right before. It was like, I think Finer Things was out and shit like.
So he already had Pop Out recorded.
Yeah, it was definitely recorded. It just wasn't out.
And you heard it and everything?
No, I didn't. I didn't hear it before it came out.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't on the ground with Polo. I spoke to Polo on FaceTime briefly once. But I wasn't like that. Like they were all in LA. He had a tour manager / assistant manager who was from the UK that I was interning for. So I was like the assistant manager's assistant, if that makes sense. And then I was also the only person in Canada with ties to Polo. So when Pop Out came out, everybody started hitting me being like, yo, like, get us in contact with Polo. And I had like somewhat of an ability to do that, but I wasn't really on it like that. My role with Polo, I used to edit his little sister's videos. Her YouTube video, I don't know if she still makes YouTube videos, but she did at the time. I used to do a lot of bitch work, I'm not gonna lie. I definitely did bitch work. Wow. They had me making one sheets, like press kits, they just signed Scory when I was signed, when I was working with Polo. So Scory, I made his press sheet like way back. I don't even know if they use it. I designed one of their websites that's still up. I made a press sheet and kind of like, in my opinion, I helped with a lot of the management for T.O.B. Duke at the time because he was signed to them. So I helped with him, and then they also brought on this girl for a very brief period of time that I did like some work for, and then they kind of like booted her. Like they never really, like they booted her like a couple weeks after. Yeah, I don't know.
Wow. Yeah.
What's the biggest thing you learned from over there?
Or anywhere?
This is gonna sound bad. I'm not really trying to talk shit on Polo's camp at all, because like, you know, I'm sure they're good people. I only worked with the assistant manager. Keep that in mind. But I learned when to call it quits when I was working at Polo's shit, because they didn't bring any value to me. And I learned, like, if you bring value to people, they're gonna return the favor. The only value that they brought to me was being able to go into a room and say, I'm interning for Polo G's team, you know? They didn't really bring any value back to me, though.
But that's good that you learn. Again, these things that you're learning, like, it's good that you're learning them at a young age. Because you definitely don't want to be our age learning that shit, right? And just working for them and just waiting for your time. Like, yeah, Polo, you know what I'm saying? So it's good that you're learning these things at a super young age, man. Obviously, we just had the passing of Takeoff from Migos, and I seen that you met Quavo before. So, but you said that you never got a chance to meet Takeoff.
No, I never met Takeoff. Like Takeoff, to be honest with you, I wasn't a huge Migos fan ever. Like, I heard them. Obviously, you know, they have some of the most popular songs ever, but I was never like that guy who was doing deep research and trying to find the unreleased Migos shit and whatever. Takeoff, like, I've heard good things. We have a lot of mutual friends, but I don't know him. I've never met him, never been around him, not even spoken to him on the phone. Rest in peace to the guy. I will eventually make content about it. I just think that content creators who jump at the opportunity the day of or the day after an artist passes away are just taking advantage of the situation. Trying to, like, I feel like they're trying to, like, get bigger platforms and bigger names off of somebody else's death. And, like, this is something that Joe Budden spoke about on his podcast not long ago. Like, I could pay my respects, but I feel like it's more respectful to pay my respects an appropriate amount of time afterwards, you know? Yeah.
What about the fact that, I know it's a little bit different because they're hood guys per se, but should these guys even be in those settings? Like, don't you feel like, I feel that way, once you reach a certain kind of millions or 100,000s, you're not, like, I don't want to be accessible. You feel that way too? Like, I don't even want to be accessible once I reach a certain...
Apparently that shit was like a private dice game, like super private. So I don't really know what went down. Like, this is what reports are saying. It was like a super private dice game in Texas. And like, you know, doors were closed and shit like that. And Takeoff wasn't even playing in anything. Like, he was just on the side, and Quavo was doing his thing.
Well, we honestly, hearing what Flacco and everybody else, I know everybody was saying that Quavo was involved. Apparently, it wasn't even Quavo's fault.
No,
I heard him and Takeoff were trying to de-escalate a situation.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard Takeoff was kind of just on the side.
He was on the side, but he was on the side quiet, but they did, like, reports are saying that him and Quavo were just trying to de-escalate the thing. Like, they were, obviously you could see Takeoff wasn't like, yo, like, he wasn't hype
for sure.
about
And
it.
I don't
but
think
he would
Quavo
probably
would be like that either.
Yeah, like, Takeoff was just like, yo, like, really, guys?
Yeah.
And Quavo was like, yo, some basketball shit. And then, it's just sad, bro.
Yeah, for sure. I can't, like, I don't know Quavo deep. I met him once. Like, I'm not like gonna act like we're boys, but like, he was a very calm and respectful dude. Like, I told him, this is when I was working at Taylor Gang when I met him. So I was just like, yo, like, just wanted to come up to you, let you know, like, bro, I respect what you do super heavy. I work at Taylor Gang. Like, I really model a lot of the marketing shit that I do after what it is that you do. And like, whether or not that was you were still at the forefront of these plans, so I appreciate you. And he shook my hand. He's like, bro, I appreciate the kind words. And his boys were kind of clowning me. I'm not going to lie. Like, it was definitely like...
Look at this white boy trying to get in on
literally,
that
that's
boy.
Exactly what it was. His boys were definitely clowning me, but Quavo was super cool, super respectful, and did not seem like he was on... Like, I met rappers who were on, like, that gang... street type of timing, you know? He was not on that at all. So I don't picture Quavo being stupid about the way he handled himself. You know what I mean? I feel like he handled it great. Again, I'm not speaking out of knowledge. I'm just saying, like, based off of his character, after I met him, it seemed like he would handle it well. So yeah, like, I don't think that it's like blame to be placed on Takeoff or Quavo or anyone specific until there's more details to be released, you know? That's
facts. And yeah, man, RIP to Takeoff, bro. He was my favorite. Like, if anybody knows, it's so crazy because we had an interview a couple of weeks ago, and I was so drunk I didn't even remember talking about the Migos. And then, like, the clip came out where we were just talking about the breakup, and I was just like, yo, like, I don't care what anybody says, Takeoff was the guy. Like, that was the one that everybody was just sleeping on because he was just so funny. His personality was so laid back. So it's just sad that we got another one in the rap industry that's gone, bro. It seems like every year some
major loss for sure.
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts, it happens. It's more than every year though. It's every couple months. Like PNB Rock, Lil Keed, King Von, like a whole bunch of them. That's all. Not King Von, but
King Von was
in the last
Keed,
2
PNB.
years.
When did King Von die? Last year or the year before?
I think 2020.
I don't know.
I think it was, and it was in November too. I saw a list of like all the November passings, and it was like King Von, it was Drakeo, it was
Drakeo's.
Bro, I'm gonna find it. I don't know. I'm not saying the year. I'm saying the month.
Oh,
the month of November.
Okay.
They all passed, like 5 artists like passing the month
crazy.
of November.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it does. Definitely rest in peace, Takeoff. Like, I don't, again, never met the guy, but from what I've heard, super cool dude.
Yeah, man. Facts. Toronto's infrastructure sucks. I want to say Canada's infrastructure, especially when it comes to hip hop, it sucks.
Yeah.
What do we got to do to get this shit better, bro?
See, I have to answer this super carefully.
No, you don't, man. The man don't have no filter, my nigga.
I mean, it's
But
not
he got bags.
thing.
You don't want to mess up any of his
that's what
bags,
it is.
bro.
That's
Ski,
what it
bro.
is.
Like, come on, bro.
Okay.
I would say, like, the thing is, people, I feel like people get to a point where they're almost on the brink of blowing up, and then they brand themselves as too Canadian. Like, people like Drake and Tory Lanez and Nav and all these people who make it out of Canada and go up, then they brand themselves as Canadian. Once they're up, there's so many people who are like, yo, by the way, I'm Canadian, when they're not up yet, to the point where, like, yeah, it could benefit you because, like, there's a lot of laws related to, like, how much music gets spun on the radio that's from Canada, and, like, we have our own curated playlists on Spotify and Apple and shit like that, which is dope. And it really could be a benefit to a lot of American artists to work with these Canadian ones. But I think that it's detrimental to brand yourself as somebody who's from Canada when you're not up in the States just yet, because the States are really, really reluctant to fuck with you if you're not from the States. And fucking with the States is what gets you to become, like, a mainstream artist by certain standards. So, like, I seen, like, in my opinion, Boslin could have been, or Forever Friday could have been some of the next up artists from Canada, Vancouver and Edmonton respectively. But it didn't, or it hasn't worked yet. I'm not going to say it didn't work. It hasn't worked yet because of the way it was branded. Boslin was up for XXL freshman cover of 2021 and actually had potential to go because bro uses TikTok extremely well, has songs with people who are up in the underground like Joe Kanji and shit like that. But the reason why, in my opinion, he didn't, break the mold just yet is because he's like, yo, I'm a Vancouver artist. Like, bro, just don't say that yet. You know what I mean? Wait until you're on to say that. Wait until you're on. Like, you can say it in interviews and shit that, like, only your fan base is going to watch. But when it comes to attracting new people, be like, yo, I'm from Ohio. Like, you know what I mean? Like, say some shit that's going to attract the Americans. Yeah, same thing goes for Forever Friday. Like, bro has a whole Lil Baby feature. Like, what? Like, go and do something with that. Don't be like, yo, I'm from Edmonton. Like, how many people are going to relate to you and start fucking with you because you're from Edmonton? You know how many more would fuck with you if you were from Utah? Like, some shit like that.
That's a fact. It's a part of it. I think with Toronto, especially Canada, we want to be way too organic. Like, we want to, like, yo, the authenticness, and we got to be real, and, like, same thing with TikTok. If you tell people, yo, but that's not the rap that I know. That's not the hip-hop. Well, the game's changed, buddy. And if you're not going to change, then, hey, give it up.
Yeah.
Facts. I also think when it comes to Toronto, like, street shit just has to stop. Like, the street shit inhibits so many artists. Like, I really genuinely, with my whole heart, wish Northside Benji was the biggest artist ever because I think he's so fucking good. Same thing goes for Burna, by the way. I'm a huge Burna fan as well.
Okay.
But
that's crazy.
I think they aren't at that point yet because of the street shit. Like, that limits you so hard. They can't do shows in their home city because they're like, there's risk. There's risk for them to do that. They can't go and, like, go to the States and network. I mean, they can't legally go to the States and network and shit like that.
But no, it's sorry to cut you, but it's funny that you said it because it's so true. And we were having a conversation why I like Burna. I think Burna is super fucking talented. But it's just if I'm an executive, I'm gonna go take Mula or somebody else because I just don't know. Like, I feel like the things around him is gonna slow him down so much, bro. But it's same thing you said. I think Burna, to me, Burna is the one where I didn't see it, but Sav is a huge Bernie, my old co-host. She's a huge Burna fan. She's like, yo, this kid, he just needs one. She's like, yo, he needs one. He gets that one.
Could have been At the Pot. If At the Pot just, like, had it, or Prime, or fucking the one, like a perk with Houdini that he just dropped, like, all these records are hard as fuck. He could turn up crazy, but
my personal favorite is Can't Guard Him still.
Also a banger.
He has one on the new album. Remember the one that was playing and he's in the snow and it has like that old school hip hop sample. I'm like, oh my god,
he's hard, bro. He's crazy.
Yeah,
He's
that
so
Burner.
crazy.
Burner's a problem, bro.
Facts. He just needs to. I mean, I'm not gonna say what he needs to do because
No, tell him.
No,
Tell him
he
what
might
he needs
listen.
to do. Tell
what
him.
could be beneficial to burner bands. That's how I'm gonna frame it. You know, I'm not gonna tell him what he has to do. What could be beneficial is to just chill out on the street shit. Don't diss anybody in your music. Don't talk about fucking toting guns and shit like that. Just be on your like, yo, I'm trying to get my money or whatever it is. I'm fucking bitches. Who cares? Just don't incriminate yourself in your music, and you could do way more things.
And I'll add to that. If you are gonna talk about those things, tell it in a story form.
Be creative
Like,
with
you know
it.
what I'm saying? Be creative. Yeah, like, don't just be flat out saying this, down the third. And that's for any artist. Not
Yeah,
just
we're not
Burna
saying
Band.
Burner
Yeah,
Band
not
does
just
this, by the way.
Burna
Yeah,
Band.
yeah, yeah. Let's put that out
Just
there.
for any artist, you know what I'm saying? Turn your street mishaps or glories and triumphs, turn them into actual stories, bro. I think Mayu did it for Red Fox, right? That was a story. Pressa did it for Red Fox. That was more story. That was a story song, right? Like, it might seem lame and shit, but like, if you want to say things like that, you can actually put those in a story form and turn that shit into short fiction, and you'll have a really good video people are gonna rewatch all the time.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
I have my last question for you. It's been about an hour since we in here with my boy, motherfucking OneTrackMind. Fucking, you are coming out with a top 100 what?
Yeah, top 100 artist list, like underground artist list, under 50,000 followers on Instagram.
So those are the stipulations.
Yeah, if they got under 50K, they follow me. And if they follow me, they got under 50K. And make good music that can make the list. You know, I'm putting that shit out probably, what are we today, Wednesday?
Yeah.
I'm probably putting it out on Friday.
Jeez.
So can you give us like a 1, 2 people that are? Is
Yeah,
any
yeah,
Toronto
give us-
artists on there?
Oh, for sure. Don Valley's gonna be on that shit for sure.
Okay.
Kato's Eye, bro, y'all gotta tap into Kato's Eye. He's so hard. Kato's Eye is like, cause there's these like there's different scenes of the music industry, right?
Of
So
course.
you got like that Toronto shit, and you could talk about all your upcomers that are in the Toronto scene, right? And same shit goes for New York. You know what I mean? You got the Didi Osamas and the Sugar Hill D-Dots and shit like that. But there's also this like SoundCloud internet wave, right? And the only one from Canada who's like really making noise, and there's other ones from Canada who are making noise in that scene as well, but he's like OD making noise, is Kato's Eye. He's from Toronto. He's 17 years old. He literally just went in for a meeting with Universal Canada yesterday. He's super, super hard. Like, yeah, he has one of the biggest songs on TikTok, like fucking super crazy.
We might need to bring him in
Yeah,
early.
bring him in.
Y'all should bring him in. Like,
Yeah,
he's actually crazy.
Let us, let us, you know,
send
us-
send us
send
our
us in.
info.
I'll tap
We
you
might
guys
have to,
in.
we
Yeah,
might have to
tap
bring
us
him in
in.
early, bro.
He's
Yeah.
crazy. He's crazy. He really turns it up. So Kato's Eye's about to be on there. Dumb Valley. Fucking, who else got under 50K out here? I don't really know.
Listen, this is how I know I like this kid, because I have a Roy Woods link, and I'm kind of like dissing it right now.
Roy will be on it too. Shout out Roy.
Yeah,
he was-
Roy?
I mean, no, he got a milli, but
Oh, that's what I was saying. I
Yeah,
thought
no, he got a
has
million.
way more than 50,000.
And he got an OVO fucking.
yeah, he got a
cosign,
song with
bro.
Drake.
He's
He doesn't
good.
need a
Yeah,
one
he's
track
good,
cosign
bro.
for sure. Nah, for sure. He's crazy. Yeah,
That's what's
He's dope as fuck.
man.
Oh man, yo, One Track, Josh. Thank you for coming through to the Man Dem Show, bro. Thank you for everything that you're doing in general for like all content creators in Canada, and just keep pushing, bro. Like you don't need our friggin' thing, because we know you're one hard-working gentleman, bro. I will definitely be seeing more from you. And anytime you're in the city, fam, you want to chop it up and just come to us and talk about some latest stuff and stuff that's going on in the city, come through, bro.
appreciate it.
You're
Definitely.
well
I
invited
fuck with
anytime.
this. This is super fucking dope. Shout out
Yeah,
to Man Dem
respect,
Show.
bro.
This shit is dope as fuck.
Yeah, hopefully, you know what? We should talk, and maybe we can get some equipment and stuff going, and maybe we can help you with your podcast.
Let's
Exactly.
I'm down. I'm with you for sure. Let's
Exactly.
definitely turn
Let's
it
make
up.
that happen, bro.
Oh,
I want
yeah.
to tap in, because we got Sav in Montreal. Anyway,
Yeah.
we're gonna make it happen, fam.
Type shit for sure.
Anyways, Josh, let the people know how to get a hold of you, all that good stuff.
Y'all go turn me up on YouTube. They just added handles, so I guess One Track M on YouTube. Same thing on TikTok, Instagram. Recently changed to just One Track, so ONE Track. Yeah, go turn me up on all socials. Come through to the show. Come meet me at the show. Any underground show that's happening in Toronto or Montreal, I'm probably gonna be there. So come link me at Shot EK show in a couple days. Fucking Jay the Prince next week. Anything going on in Montreal, you know where to find me. Come on.
Jeez, Mr. One Track in the building. Vegas, give me your socials.
FleetDJs.LAZVAGEZ. That's Fleet DJs Las Vegas on Instagram, and just search me, Google me, Las Vegas. I'm everywhere too.
The Gutsy Show on Instagram, Mr. Gutsy Guts on Twitch, The Real Gutsy Guts on TikTok, Gutsy Guts on YouTube, The Man Dem Official on all social media platforms. Thank you guys for coming out and watching this. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy Gutsy. To all you ugly Toronto people off of there, we're off of this.
Peace.
Yeah, I know.